Seriously?
Hey people, and welcome to another range review with myself, 6+ Stevo. In this one we are taking a look at Kromlech, the king of the third-party suppliers, arguably. In the last one we took a look at Forge World, and in the one before that we took a look at Games Workshop. But now, yes, we are very much into third-party territory, so we are taking a look at good old Kromlech. Let's just get straight into it. So let me click over to here and take a look. So we're kicking off straight away with October 2020. Now, the thing with Kromlech, I get a little bit confused with the... So you've got Kromlech is the company that produces all these products. They then have a sort of a subdivision or a separate part of the company called Tabletop Scenics, which deals with all the sort of scenery side of things. And this is all on their website, Bits of War. Just a weird thing. Maybe I'm a bit slow. I can hear the comments section already. That it just gets a bit confusing where they've got Tabletop Scenics, you've got Kromlech, and you've got Bits of War. I would just prefer it if it was just called Kromlech across the board. But it doesn't affect anything. It's just a little niggle I have. There's probably very good reasons why they call it that. But anyway, let's get into it. Like I said, straight away, we're going straight into October 2020. And I will say this right off the bat, guys. Unlike with my Forge World and Games Workshop range review, I will not be looking at every single item they do. Because they do a lot. As you can see, we've got October 2020. We've then got Orc Mecha Armours, Orc Greatcoats, and Orc Africa Core. So we've got sort of 4 different sections just focused on Orcs. And there is a lot of stuff. I think... the reason I won't be going over all of it is just because there's so much, and then this will be an incredibly long video. It's probably already going to be quite a long video. I'm not even going to try and predict how long it's going to be, because I will probably say it'll be like an hour long and then go for like a 2-hour video. You'll be seeing this at the time. You'll know because you'll see it on the timestamp how long the video is going to be. But yeah, they produce a lot of stuff, and arguably a far better supplier of Orc miniatures than Games Workshop themselves, because there's just a huge selection and choice of stuff. But let's get into it. So, October 2020. We're kicking straight off with their recent releases, and we've got their version of the Stomper. So we'll click in. We've got the parts and heads and weapons, and we've got bodies and things. What we'll do is we'll skip past the sort of arms and bodies and heads, and we'll go straight into the actual complete miniatures themselves. But let's just touch on that really quickly first, though. How cool is that? That you can buy the miniature as is, or you have the freedom and choice and customizability to be able to pick your own parts and build your own Stomper, which is so cool. So we've got a choice of a tank ripper arm, a crushing claw. We've got 2 choices of guns. We've got the tractor collider, the death cannon. We've got 2 different heads, the Orc Death Stomper head and the Orc Death Stomper head with eye popper gun. Good stuff. So let's just click into and we've got the 2 different bodies as well. We've got the Boom Killer Death Stomper body and the Orc Crushinator Death Stomper body. I can immediately pick my favourite. It is the Boom Killer Death Stomper body, because it's got a big ass belly gun, and more Dakka is always good. Bad moons for life, baby. But yeah, let's take a look at that one right now, the Boom Killer. It is. Let me just change the currency here because we're dealing in dirty euros. Let's get it to good old pounds and see what it is. So 99.99 euros or 89.99 pounds. Now let's enlarge this, shall we? Oh, that doesn't enlarge it at all, but it does show a nice size comparison there. So the GW Stomper stands at 11 inches tall. The Tabletop Scenics ones stand at 13 inches, so you're getting 2 extra inches. And 2 inches makes a lot of difference. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that is... he's a big beast. He's a big beastie. It says this set contains parts to assemble one of all mighty Orc Titans, one Orc Boom Killer Death Stomper body, Orc Death Stomper Tractor Collider, Orc Death Stomper Crushing Claw, and the Death Stomper head with eye popper gun. Includes full colour assembly instructions, supplied unassembled and unpainted. And this product is made of high density fiberboard, HDF, and contains high quality resin parts. So it's a combination. It's primarily an HDF kit. I've had a bit of experience with Tabletop Scenics HDF scenery kits, and they are stunningly detailed and awesome bits of scenery. We will look at the Orc scenery as well, because again another point I failed to mention at the beginning, that the sections I've gone over already just cover the miniatures. They've then got a whole other part of scenery as well, and if you're looking for Orc scenery, you arguably cannot go any better than Tabletop Scenics. But yeah, so for £90 you're getting this fella, which is a HDF kit, which for some people not so keen on HDF. It's a new material to work with for a lot of people, working with wood rather than plastic or resin. Not everyone's a fan of it, and I've been kind of sceptical of it, although I do have some HDF miniatures, and some of them are very, very cool. But he does have a combination of those kind of parts. So yeah, it shows the sort of how the arms can be positioned on the left or the right. Here's some of the resin parts. Really nice detail on these. Look, you got some of the resin parts for the crew, the rockets, some of the big shooters and things sticking out of it. Look really nice, high detail. You'd expect nothing less from Kromlech. And here it is in its raw form, unpainted, so you can see. Now this would be a long project to build. Having had a bit of experience at working with their scenery kits and things, the intricacies and the detail and stuff, yeah, this would take a little while to build, but they're fun to build. You know, these HDF kits, they require little to no cleanup. The way they sort of pop out of these sprues that are kind of laser cut, you literally just got to file off the tiny little tab where it was attached to the sprue. You get no mould lines or anything like that, and they are precise. That like the laser cutting on these is so precise, so the stuff fits together perfectly, and it's yeah, incredibly accurate. So that is the most fun part about building these kits, is just the not having to do all that boring mould line removal, which can be a pig on some parts. Obviously on the resin parts you'll have to do that. Yeah, the head looks so cool, so cool. And there's one of the arms. Yeah, just awesome stuff, and he looks great painted. I mean, look at this thing, look at him, he looks beautiful. He's been painted absolutely lovely there. Yeah, I think he'd look great on the table with other stuff. And I'm going to say it, guys. I'm going to say it. I think he is a massive improvement over GW Stomper. I've never been a big fan of GW Stomper. I know a lot of people are. I find the arms and the weapons on him a bit too spindly. I don't like the way it looks like he's wearing a skirt. I think his feet look weird. Yeah, there's elements of it I like, but yeah, I think that it just looks better. Now I can understand the argument of preferring to have a plastic kit rather than HDF kit. I get that. I do get that. But yeah, for me, I would definitely choose this over GW's one. Awesome detail and stuff on the back, and a lot of this detail is inbuilt. So the different armor panels, the checker block played in, the all them different sort of textures and stuff are built in on this. So yeah, very, very cool. Some of the with HDF, you get like a lot of the flat surfaces are like incredibly smooth and things, and you can't sort of apply battle damage and stuff to them as well as you can with plastic miniatures. Like any sort of material you're working with, they've all got their pros and cons and stuff. But yeah, I really like it. I think it's absolutely superb. You can see the rocket part sticking out there. That belly gun just looks so cool, so cool. Yeah, good work on that, Kromlech. Good work indeed. Let's take a look at. So that was the Boom Killer one. Let's take a look at the Crushinator, the more sort of melee. The more combat orientated variant. Let's take a look at him. Painted up in glorious yellow. I love the little door at the front there, the panel and the handle getting in. That's cool. You don't see that very often on Stompers. Usually the doors at the back. You see the Orc boy there hanging out of the side, having the time of his life. You got different platforms outside, balconies and stuff for him to come out of. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do like the one with the big belly gun, but I like the way they've painted this. Because it's yellow, I'm immediately drawn to it. I love that gun. That is cool. And the saw looks superb. And you've got all the different gears and the chains on the saw. It really looks like a working saw with a big blade. Yeah, I just think these look a lot better than the GW one. I think that all these pictures are kind of the same, just showing the different parts. Let's take a look at that saw arm again. Look. Yeah, look at that. The chain looks so cool. And the wheels and the cogs and stuff and the saw blade. Yeah, I'm liking that. I think I'd have to go for the saw arm if I was going to do it. Probably prefer the head slightly on the other one. I don't know. I'd probably go for the slightly more expensive route and buy the parts separately and build my own one. So let's calculate the price here quickly. See how terrible my maths is. So for the weapons, you'd be looking. We've gone back. It's flipped back to euros. What's going on? Change that back to pounds. Do you know what? Actually, I'm going to flip back to euros just because my maths isn't that strong, and the euros are going to be easier to calculate. So the 15 euros each for the weapons, 15 euros each for the heads, and then the bodies are 60 euros. Oh no, it's different. One of them's 70 euros, the other one is 60 euros. So, and yes, and one of the Death Stompers is 90 and the other one is 100. So, if you were to combine the two weapons, that would make 30 euros. That's 100. Basically, you're getting a head for free. If you buy the ones all built up, you're essentially getting a head for free, because the combined price would only get you a body and the weapons. It wouldn't get you the head. So it does save you money buying the complete kit as it is, but if you wanted to spend a little bit more and say, well, no, I want that body but I want that head, and I'd like that weapon with the other weapon, and so it costs you a little bit more, but at least they've given you the option to do that, and that's really cool, and that should always be applauded. More choice is always good. Oh, look at this. Orc Death Stomper Creator. Let's take a look at that. Oh, look. You can. No, it doesn't cost you any extra. You can go in and build your own bits. So we can choose. How cool is this? If anyone watched my video a long time ago, it's in the pick and mix war boss thing. This is essentially a pick and mix stomper. And how cool is that? So we can choose between the bodies. So I'm sure, yeah, if I choose the Boom Killer, it ups it by the money. So I'll have the Boom Killer body. I like the Tank Ripper arm, so I'd go for that. And then I would go probably for the Death Cannon. And I wouldn't go for the Horned Head. I'd probably go for the head with the Eye Popper gun. So there you go. That would cost me 100 euros for that one. So yeah, no, you can build your own one and not have to spend any extra. But you can buy the parts separately if they're, if you're maybe using those arms on your GW Stomper, or combining bits with a Stomper from another range, or you've scratch built your body and you want to buy the arms and bolt them on. They've given you the choice to do it in any way you like. You can buy a complete kit, you can make your own kit, you can buy parts of it. Very cool. I love it when companies do that and they give you the choice. Choice is always a good thing for the consumer. So let's try and back out of here if it lets me. There we go. Now, the other thing we've got to have a look at is their other October release, the Killa Gnaws. Just so good. You can buy in a set of 3 for €55. We're just going to stick to euros because every time I change it back to pounds, it's going to keep flipping back. Or we can buy them separately for €20 each. So if you buy all 3 together, you're saving €5 there. You're making a little bit of a saving. But let's look at each of these. So we've got Killa Gnaw 3. We're going in reverse here. I love the faceplate on this guy, the bionic eye. He's got the drill, and we've got the scrap cannon. Yeah, it comes all resin miniatures, showing all the parts I think from the different ones. Let's have a little read when it comes. So, Killa Gnaw is a ferocious ball of death, armed to teeth and hungry beyond imagination. This set contains one multi-part, high-quality resin model, consisting of 10 parts, including 3 head options and 3 exhaust pipes. Additionally, you receive weapons of your choice. Includes 60mm HDF base. Killa Gnaw is approximately 3 inches high, designed to fit 28mm heroic scale war games, e.g. 40k. And you can choose between melee weapons, drill, crushing claw, buzzsaw, or the ranged weapon, the scrap cannon, flamer, rocket launcher, heavy machine gun. So, yeah, you've got Gnawzilla. That was what I was looking for. How could I forget that? Jeez. So you've got the option of Scorcher, Gnawzilla, Big Shooter, or Rocket Launcher on them. You get to choose. Again, choice. Consumer choice. Bravo, Kromlech. GW, take note. You need to be watching what these guys are doing and learning from them. This is good stuff. We get a nice size comparison because these are essentially killer cans. And you can see the scale-wise, they match up. So on the tabletop, you're not going to gain any unfair advantage or anything else. It's going to fit in well. They work really well as counts as. These, I think, would work fantastically in a grot mob. I know my good pal, the hobby git, Mr. Dim Reaper, has purchased a few of these for his grot army. And yeah, they're very cool for that. They work really well. Let's take a look at this one. Look at the face on this fella. I mean, squigs are cool in here. We all love squigs, and these are awesome looking big ass squigs. And I love the grot pilot on top there. That's a cool looking big shooter as well. Yeah, it's awesome. See there, get a front on view. Oh, he looks grumpy, doesn't he? He does. He looks like a pissed off squig, and a big one at that. They're just awesome. They're full of character, really unique, and they're going to stand out on the table. You put them on the table, your opponents go, wow, what is that? That is cool. But not just for grot mobs. I think these would work really well for feral orcs or snake bites. You know, snake bites, the old ways are best. They kind of shun a lot of technology and things. So the fact that they would use things like this and breed, and we know that snake bites breed the best squigs as well. So they would, fluff-wise, would fit really well into a snake bite army. There's one with the saw and everything. Yeah, these are awesome. I can't say enough nice things about these. I didn't purchase these initially. I didn't purchase these, and not because I don't like them. I only had limited amount of money, so I wanted to purchase the a thing we'll get onto in a minute, which left me no more money to get these. But yeah, these have remained on my radar as a possible future purchase. That's for damn sure. But yeah, Killa Gnaw squad, very cool. Let's just take a quick look at the 3 of them together. It's an awesome looking squad, man. They're just so good. So good. Kromlech, you knocked it out of the ballpark for 2020 October. It's incredibly exciting to think what 2021 is going to bring, for all kinds of reasons. But one of those reasons is Kromlech's October celebrations. And just as well, Kromlech, thank you so much for giving the Orc community what they want in October. Again, GW, please take note, see how it's done. We've got a special collector's edition. We've got the Orc Freak in standard and collector's edition. The difference being that one is a large scale one, so this is a display piece. So let's take a quick look at him. Yeah, he's awesome looking. Awesome. So the great thing about this is they've designed him in a way that he could be used as either a weird boy or a big mech, because you've got the sort of gubbins on the back that represent sort of a custom force field. You've got sort of a lot of mech kind of things on him, but you've also got that kind of, you've got the Grot pulling him back, holding him, you've got the energy coming out of his hand, he's got his weird boy staff, so he could easily be used as either. And you know, the mechs and the weird boys and all the kind of different offshoots are all kind of collectively classed as odd boys. So it's kind of cool that they've done just like an Orc Freak miniature that could be used as any of the above. And he comes with a choice of heads. Again, more choice. Very cool. Yeah, he's what size base does he come on? 80 millimeter HDF base. He is 5 inches high, so he's a big boy. Yeah, awesome. They did that like a collector's piece, just like a display piece. That's cool. But let's look at the standard sized version. There he is. Lovely painting effects on him there. So I think they've accentuated the sort of the mech parts of him there. The two different heads. This one's got a kind of a runt herd feel about it, a bit more feral. As I said, the shaman head and the mech boss head. So yeah, very kind of genius what they've done there. How they've made one miniature work for two different units. Look at that. Haven't really seen the rear of him before. He's got a ball and chain weighing him down as well. The Grot trying to hold him back. All his cables and stuff hanging off. Yeah, very cool indeed. Awesome stuff. Really, really, really nice miniature. Really nice miniature. Very cool head as well. Would tie in very well with GW stuff as well, actually, which is not true of all their Orc heads, as we will see later on. We will look as well, we've got a bit of scenery here, the Death Stomper yard, the construction yard. Cool piece of scenery, look at that. Make a great centrepiece to any battlefield. Loads of shooting platforms and heights to scale and things on the inside there. Really cool. Yeah, lovely, lovely stuff. That is badass with a big crane on top and everything. Really cool, really cool. That costs 50 euros and it stands at 16 inches high, so just a little bit higher. Well, sort of 3 inches higher than the stompers themselves. So it's a substantial piece of terrain. Would make a great line of sight blocking piece of terrain in the centre of the battlefield. Nice orc themed battlefield. But let's look at, as far as I'm concerned, the main event of Kromlech's October releases is good old Gnawzilla, who you'd have seen on my video. I did a unboxing like review on this fella. Beautiful, beautiful. I love him, love him. Probably my favourite miniature released all of 2020. Just something really cool about him. Comes with all the weapon options, unlike the Forge World variant. Same sort of scale as the Forge World variant. The superior miniature, in my personal opinion. Not everyone agrees with me. The Forge World one is really cool. Taking nothing away from that. It is a lovely miniature. But I do like this one a little bit more. I just love his face. He's got such a cool face on him. He's got this sort of like a bulldog tortoise look, you know. Just yeah, cool. Nicely painted, that one as well. Very nicely painted. Haven't started painting mine yet. I need to crack on with that. But there we go. That's their October 2020 releases. Let's take a look through some of the other bits. So we'll look at another popular thing through Kromlech is their Mecha Armours. Juggernaut Mecha Armours. So these are Mega Knobs, basically. They're not cheap. They're not cheap at all. But they're neither are GW's Mega Knobs. These ones are quite a lot bigger than GW ones. Now, let's have a little look here. Very detailed. Highly detailed miniatures. The armour is battle worn, it's dented, it's scratched. You've got loads of cables and things. You can see the real crisp, minute details on these. For me personally, they look a little bit busy. They're almost too detailed, which kind of sounds like a stupid thing to say. But for me personally, I prefer the GW Mega Knobs. I've always loved them. I love their kind of simplistic, boxy kind of look. But that's not taking anything away from these. A lot of people prefer these ones. And that's a good thing. It's great that companies like this provide us with this choice and variety and a different look. The thing I'm not a fan of on these is their heads. There's something about them, not all, because there's a little bit of inconsistency amongst Kromlech's range. The Orc heads, they've got a very kind of gaunt, long sort of face, and I don't know. They also, to me, don't look very aggressive. They're not kind of snarling. They're not savage. They kind of look a bit sort of drawn, a bit sort of almost vacant expressions on them. Which I guess kind of gives a sort of a cold, heartless nature to them, which I guess could be quite intimidating in its own way. But for me, the heads just kind of miss the mark a bit. But again, that's just my personal taste. There's nothing wrong with the heads in terms of the artistry and the talent on display of the sculpting. They're highly detailed, very characterful. They're just not personally for me. But you can see them there unpainted and how cool they look. And I mean, these are big, people. These are quite a bit bigger. They're more on the sort of a scale of a GW War Boss rather than a Mega Knob. But yeah, very, very cool. Lots of people are big fans of these. So that is €45 for 3. Again, though, we come to this section. As you can see, you get, when you buy them, you don't just buy them as they are, you choose from the heads. You've got enclosed helmets or bare heads, which is brilliant. So someone like me got a bit of an issue with the heads, choose the enclosed helmets. You're laughing. Let's back out of here so you can buy them separately. I think there's one there with an enclosed head actually we can look at. Yeah, there you go. There's one with an enclosed head, so yeah, it does look pretty cool, I've got to say. The lenses on there and stuff. Yeah, awesome stuff. And that's an Orc Juggernaut with a heavy flamer. He's a bit more pricey than the other ones. I wonder why. And there he is with his bare head. I wonder why he's a little bit more expensive than the other ones. Is he more expensive? Yeah, a little bit. You got one of Rippersaur. So it seems like the weapons you choose on them will affect the price somewhat. So that one's 17, that one's 20. So yeah, they do vary in price ever so slightly. Between 17 and 20 euros for the Juggernauts. You've got a squad of 10 for 155 euros there. I won't do the maths on how much it would cost to get 10 GW ones and compare the price. I think in terms of pricing, they're kind of around the same level. But what you're getting here is like really, really highly detailed resin miniatures rather than a sort of a plastic kit. I prefer working with plastic. I would always prefer plastic over anything else if I had the choice. But there's some things, you can't always get in plastic. And again, they've broken it down so you can buy them individually. You can buy the weapon parts individually. So you can pick and choose. You've got the helmets you can choose on their own. And we've got some large squads here. We've got a Juggernaut Annihilation Force, where it comes with a War Boss and 3 squads of 5 for €243. And then a Juggernaut Wrecker Force for the same price. And then we've got the Killa there again. So there you go. That is the Mecha Armours. Let's take a look at the Orc Greatcoats. And this is where we get into... There are 75 products in this section alone. That alone is more than GW offer for the Orc range currently. I think I'm right in saying that. I don't think there's 75 products, miniature products, when you go onto Games Workshop's website and look at their range. And let's just take a look at some of these samples here. We've got loads of bits to customise things. We've got large Orc backpacks. These would be perfect for doing commando conversions or even tank busters. Greatcoat bodies, they come in these big long trench coats. We've got gas mask heads. We've got different weapons here, sluggers. We've got various arms holding the guns. The Orc howitzer, beautiful Orc cannon. Look at that thing, absolutely lovely. €15, this is a bargain, that is. That looks very cool. Tank crews, again, not a fan of their faces personally. Some people really like the sort of Kromlech looking heads. For me, it's the kind of the thing that's always held me back off buying some of them. They just look a bit goofy. They're kind of a bit old school. But they don't even really look like old edition Orcs. They've got like a look all of their own. But the fact that I don't like it is kind of irrelevant because other people will like it. And again, it's a good thing that there's that choice out there. Some people will prefer the look of these ones over like GW ones or other third-party companies. So I don't think it's, although I'm saying I personally don't like them, I'm not saying that as a negative because that's just my personal taste, and we're all, we all have our own opinions and tastes, don't we? We've got an Orc Commissar, so Orc tank driver there with his cool little jumpsuit with his little pot belly going on. The Goliath mine operator, so this is cool for your tank busters. That Orc Goliath mines, so rather than using swig bombs, you've got little remote controlled bombs. So they're very cool. I love the sort of cartoony looking bombs as well. Yeah, they're cool. Orc Field, I can't even pronounce that. It's a Mad Doc. He looks cool. Orc officer in a greatcoat, good blood axe looking Orc captain there. It's got that sort of blood axe vibe about him. Very militaristic looking. Goblin artillery crew, they look very cool. I do love Kromlech's Grots. I think they've got a lot of character to them. Look at this fellow on the horn barking out orders. One here loading up, and the one with the little binoculars there. Yeah, they're cool. I like them. How much are they? €13. Bargain. The Orc Schmeiser Greatcoat Squad, Orc Howitzer with Goblin Crew, so £22 for the... Again, they don't need to do that, but they do it, and it's brilliant. You can buy the gun separate, you can buy the crew separate, you can buy it as a kit. It's such a good thing. More companies need to do this, but primarily the company we all want to do that is GW. Give us the option to buy parts separate and break the kits down and give us those options. It's really cool to have. The Orc Schmeiser Greatcoat Company for €98. What do you get in there? This set contains large squad of 30 highly detailed resin orcs in greatcoats. Inside the package you'll find one large orc officer armed with Mighty Crusher, 3 heavy machine gunners with choice of 2 various magazines. Yes, they're carrying orc version of the feared MG42 and 26 orcs with Schmeisers. So yeah, you can buy a squad of 30 orcs. Again, GW, why don't you do that? We all love using big mobs of orcs. Pricey though. Again, buy them separate. You've got the leader with his claw, you've got the gunner with the big MG. Orc Assault Greatcoat Squad. So we've got Slugger Chopper Boy variants. Orc Panzerschreck. So we've got a rocket boy there. That is really cool. I like that. Big Orc anti-aircraft gun. That looks pretty damn savage. Orc Tank Hunter backpacks. Awesome little kits there to go on your tank busters. They're very cool. Loading them up with all the explosives and that. The Orc Tank Hunter squad there. Let's take a look at these boys. All wearing gas masks. Yeah, I don't think there's any denying that they are far better than GW's current tank busters. At the time of recording this anyway, because we may have some reveals on that front coming up. Yeah, they're cool. And the head issue doesn't come into it here because they're all wearing gas masks. Yeah, I like them. They're very cool. Again, they got a very... All these greatcoat ones, I think, would go great into like a Blood Axe clan if you were collecting Blood Axe orcs. A lot of this stuff, I think, would go really well into that. Yeah, good stuff. You can buy howitzers in a battery of them, so you get 5 of them. Get all the arms and grenade arms separately. General Otto von Rehrborg. A cool big mech there, basically. Let's take a look at him. He's a big fat fella, isn't he? Look at the size of his chin. He's got a big old face. Thumbs up. He's pleased with proceedings. He's got his custom force field, his big power claw. He is a rather portly gentleman, isn't he? Lots of character there, I must admit. He's got a cool look to him. Very cool look to him. Another one, Orc Freak, another weird boy there. Good prices, man. You know, these are very affordable prices. A lot cheaper than GW, these ones. We've got Half Track Inferno Squadron, Spitfire Attack Wing. These are basically death copters, aren't they? Let's take a look at these. little mini flyers. They're cool. He's got his bomb there as well. Even got the big bomb bit worked into it. Yeah, cool Deathcopter alternatives. Yeah, I like those. They're pretty nifty. Do you get a choice of weapons in there? What do they come with? You save 10%, it says, on buying the set of 3 rather than buying them individually. Each speeder is large multi-part kit consisting of 16 parts, including 2 rockets and 2 bombs. Cool. So you do get the choice. So I guess you can go for the copter rockets or the twin big shooters on there. That's cool. The Death Rocket Barrage Squadron. We've got Greatcoat Bodies, Orc Tank Commander with his little pipe there. We've got some cool, interesting bits here. So what do we look at first? We've got the Clanking Behemoth Crush Mob. So these are Death Dreads, basically. But yeah, they've got a very cool kind of almost a Iron Giant kind of vibe to them. Steampunk aesthetic going on there. Almost like they're sort of almost like clockwork, like robot type things there. Again, loads of character. Really cool. Each of these stomping monstrosity consists of 18 various parts and base. Doesn't say about weapon options. I see all 3 there just have the rocket options. Maybe there's not options with that kit. I don't think I'd want the 3 of them because they're all the same. I don't know how it doesn't show any more pictures. But one certainly really cool. I love these objective markers. €15, all numbered up. Orc themed objective markers. Really like those. Come on a 40mm resin base. So I think that is the size. I think that is the correct size of an objective marker as well, isn't it? So they'd work in the current edition just right. You can see the scale of one there. Yeah, I really like them. You could paint them up. They'd be fun to paint and a theme, especially if you're fighting over like scrap piles and stuff. Yeah, nicely detailed. Very cool. The Blitzkrieg 222 assault vehicle. I did a giveaway with one of these. I think old Big Mech Dan Skull won this on my giveaway. Cool looking vehicle. Lovely looking. Comes with the rockets. I think it has options. Yeah, you got a choice of the rockets or the big shooters on there. Really cool. He's even giving the old middle finger there as well. Or having the telescope out. So you got a choice between middle finger or telescope. I know which I'd be choosing. Orc Spark Energy Cannon. I believe this is a mech gun, basically, on tank tracks and that. Very cool. Cool little grot on the back there. This little German-inspired World War II German-inspired helmet there. There's a lot of World War II aesthetics to a lot of these. So I think these kind of, if you're into orcs, but you're also into sort of your historicals and stuff, I think these are going to be very popular with you, because they kind of nod back to these like historical war games and stuff. And then we've got various arms, mechanical saw arms, mechanical blade arms. Very cool if you're making cyborgs and stuff. You want to, maybe Scar Boys and veterans and stuff. You want to put in some Barnicks. Really cool. Iron Rake Goblin Platoon. Good if you're building a grot mob. Let's take a look at these guys in a bit more detail. Can we see them close up? Apparently not. Or just seen down there, the Grot tanks. Kromlech Grot tanks look really cool. Ammo piles. We've got nice bits of scatter terrain there. I'm skimming past a lot of this, guys, because as you can see, we're barely scratching the surface, and there is so much here. We saw the Killa Gnaws earlier for their different take on Killa cans, and here we've got the Copter cans. So I guess you could probably use these both as Killa cans and Deathcopters. I think they're primarily designed to be used as Deathcopters, but I guess you could possibly get away with using them as both. But yeah, they're awesome looking. Showing all the different bits you get there. You can see how it all goes together. Comes with the flying base and everything. Get a sense of the scale of it there. Yeah, I've got to say, actually, as Deathcopters, they look really cool. And it's even got the kill saw option there, so yeah, I'm liking that. And since GW don't provide us with a decent Deathcopter, I think our only option is to either convert or go third party like this. And these are a great option to go for, I think. Really good option to go for. So €54 for 3 of them there. It looks like you do get a choice of the weapons as well. You've got the big shooter and rocket option there. So you got the copter rockets or the twin big shooter. Very cool indeed. Orc mechanic, so basically a mech boy. The Orc Sturm Tankette. That's cool. I wonder what you'd use that as. I don't know, the scale of it is probably a little bit too big to be used as a grot tank. Possibly. Although it doesn't look, it's quite small. Perhaps, yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, it does look cool though, doesn't it? Look at that for front on profile. That looks really cool. Possibly, and you've even got, look at that bit there. You got the side bit with like ammunition and bits and gubbins and a bottle of something sticking out, probably like a Molotov cocktail. I do like that. That is pretty slick looking, I've got to say. I don't know what I'd use it as, but sometimes I think when you see something so cool, you just don't care. So I don't really care. I just got to get it. Orc grenades, and this. This is, when I look at this miniature, I just see my good pal Skarner from over at Plastic Crack Gaming, because he's into his blood axes. This is kind of the look he goes for, and this fella is absolutely stunning. Now I know what I said about orc heads earlier, but look at that head. that is lovely. That's going to fit in nicely with your GW range, and he is the perfect leader for a mob of blood axes, I think. Oh, he is gorgeous. Look at the detail and the stitching on that trench coat. That is bloody lovely. I love the power claw with the full kind of servo arm and all the wiring in of it. It looks like it comes round and then it's plugged into his spinal cord, man. Like, yeah, you get a sense of the scale of him. So he's a good like war boss size scale and that, but I absolutely love that. Ironright War Chief, yeah, badass. €25. I would. He's on the slightly pricey side, but I would happily hand over the cash for that. If I was a Blood Axe player, that's a must buy. That is a must buy in my opinion. I don't think you're going to find a better Blood Axe commander than that. Orc Greatcoat Banner Bearer, War Banner, basically Nob with War Banner. Comes with the custom shooter. Cool looking banner. Yeah, just awesome looking. Cool scenic base as well. Adds a bit of height to him, so you really stand out amongst your mob. Yeah, good stuff. Very cool. That's the parts he comes in, like so. Yeah, he's cool. We like him. We like him a lot. Orc chain axes look very brutal. Rockets, good if you're building or converting your own tank busters. Nice and cheap. Get a load of rockets, boom. Start customising some bits up, making some rocket launchers. The Orc Head Crasher. A truck, basically. But a half-track truck. Yeah, that just looks so cool, man. Again, they've gone for this. You see the checker plate there. You got like the checks. So painting on, you don't have to freehand it. It's all built in. I love it when they do things like that. Makes painting things so much easier when it's actually built with the detail. You got the flames on the front there, on the air intake, moulded into it, so you can paint them up nice. It'd be very easy to make this look really good once you painted it up. See the Orc crew there, the gunner and the driver. Yeah, lovely, lovely looking miniature. Got some nice Space Marine head trophies there, optional spikes to put on there. There's the driver. Gunner looks cool. Again, you can see how old this is because it still has the option for the rocket, which GW took away from us. No more rocket trucks. Boo! €50 for that. And they sell it in bundles as well. You got like a squad with truck boys with it. Various squads. Look, you got tank hunters one, assault squad, burners, boys. Cool. Look at these chainswords as well. These are pretty slick looking. Proper savage, like, rather than spade, you got like two saws, make a blade. You got like curved ones, big choppy looking, brutal ones. Lovely. Just get a bit more variety amongst your boys. The Orc Vehicles Crushing Claw. This is cool. Operated by a little Grot there. Little mad scientist looking Grot operating the claw there. That's cool. That'd go cool on a battle wagon or something, or even just a bit of terrain. You could have sort of a bit of terrain looking like some kind of scrapyard and the Grots, you know, moving bits about, and yeah, I like it. Oh, look at that. How cool is that? Put him on a little Grot tank. I like that. That is so cool. Oh, awesome, awesome stuff. Yeah, that's badass. Do you know what? I'm going to jump. I'm going to jump ahead. Let's take a look at. We've got to look at the Grot tanks. We've got to. So €74 for all four of them. You get the commander tank and then three others. Oh, and they're bloody gorgeous. Love them. There they all are with the rocket launcher option. They're really nice. Not many pictures of them, unfortunately. Maybe we'll find more pictures of them later. So I'll jump back because I've jumped ahead there. Jumped into a whole different section. And then we got the Guns and Fungus. If you remember October 2019, also an awesome October delivered to us from Kromlech. We got the Guns and Fungus, who you've got your Axl Rose there. You've got your Slash on the guitar. Got the cool drummer and the bass guitarist, but then we have Freddie Mercury Grot in the. It's just so cool, absolutely brilliant. I think this was around the time of the Queen movie being at the height of its popularity as well, so it was right on trend at the time. Yeah, it's just cool. Phil Killins on the drums. The names are great. Instead of Slash, you got Smash. Oh, very, very cool, man. They have some fun with it. They don't take it too seriously, you know. They have some fun. Yeah, really cool. And I remember at the time, I think we'll probably see it in the Tabletop Scenics bit, but you can even get the whole stage and everything to go with that. And the album as well, which I don't think is available anymore, but they did do an album as well on CD, which was just seriously cool. Moving on now to the Orc Africa core. So a little bit of repeats here on some bits. A lot of bits here. So again, the heads. Not a fan of these heads myself. Again, too long, too sort of gaunt looking. Personal taste. Do like the torsos though. Africa core. So you got the yeah, they're cool. Again, get some of these torsos, some of these legs. Add some variety. So you've got legs with shorts. So you can get the old enter the knobbly knees contest. You got legs with shorts, which is good. I'd kind of have to get some of them, get some boys in shorts and go for that. That'd be cool. Cacti, animal skulls and bones to decorate your bases with. Orc Desert Raider, which is basically a buggy. Orc Half Track with Flamer, that's the Scorcher variant. Howitzer we've already seen. Orc Africa Corps MG42 gun, so a big shooter boy. This looks quite cool. It looks a bit like a smart gun, that one from Aliens. Africa Corps again, quite military. Again, another cool looking blood axe looking fella here. Africa Corps squad leader. I like that power claw. That looks brutal. Cool looking sort of Luger style pistol on him. Again, that sort of World War II German inspiration coming in. This is a lot of repeats here. A lot of the stuff crosses their two different sort of ranges. I like the little fuel barrels. They're cool. Fuel, beer, fuel. You don't want to get them mixed up. Although I think with Orcs, they're probably the beer and the fuel probably share the same recipe. We've got, yeah, there's a lot of repeats here from stuff we've already seen. Yeah, the way this site is designed, I'd kind of prefer it if they just put all the Orc stuff into one section, because there's bits here that I know they make and I know they do, but I can't find them in any of these sections. Like I know they do a squad of Grots that look really cool that I would really like to buy, and I found them on here before, but I currently can't find them. They're not in any of the sections we've just looked through. Did I miss a page on the Greatcoat section? Does that go to 2 pages? Let's have a look. It does. I don't think we went there. Yes, we did. We did go there. We saw all that. So, yeah. The squads and bundles will come in with all other stuff. There you go. It's mostly Orc stuff here. Let's have a look. See if we've got any other bits in here that we haven't seen. So yeah, look. So what section is that under? Just in those squads and bundles. But some of these bits, like these, the clanking destroyer attack mob, cyborgs, they weren't in any of the Orc sections. So you've got to sort of hunt around a bit and look in sections where you might think you wouldn't find them, because if you just look in all the sections listed Orc, you're not seeing all their Orc stuff. So my big criticism of you, Kromlech, currently, if by any chance you're watching this, is restructure the site a bit, make it easier to navigate. I personally, I don't know if viewers watching this would agree with me, would prefer everything Orc related to be in one section so it's easier to find, personally. Yeah, they look cool, but we might find the Grots I was talking about. We've got the Gnaws, so more squigs. Lots of character to these fellas. They're big. I mean, they're a lot bigger than GW squigs. They're literally the size of a boy, but some of these might make very good attack squigs. Weird looking face on that fella. That one looks kind of cute. God loves squigs. There's a face that only a mother would love. And that fella. They're cool. Yeah, very cool. Comes with 6 of them there. We've got the Juggernauts. We've seen those. We haven't seen this. See, look, these fellas. We haven't seen these. The Armoured Orc SMG Company. Let's look at these fellas. Now, look at the heads on these. You'll notice, I think they've got like different designers. Kromlech have. I think they've got different designers that work on some of the sculpts, because these heads look very different to the others. They've got like a unique look all of their own. I like these bodies, and I like these sort of armour and stuff on them. I like that one. The SMGs again, quite kind of blood axey looking. It's got very militaristic look to them. Kromlech Orks feel a little bit more organised than GW ones. A little bit more professional, shall we say, in that sense. What else do we have? I really want to find these Grots, because I've seen them for a while. Oh look, we've got the Rotting Octopus crew. Pirate themed Grots. Lots of people love the pirate themed Orcs and things. Here's pirate themed Orcs. Gobbusa Blackeye, Rotting Octopus Captain with his pet Nora. So you've got a little Nor with him. He's cool. Got the star on there. He'd be a good Rebel Grot commander. First mate Snapdrug Wooden Leg with a command group. Got ones there with a cannon. Yeah, they're cool. They're cool. A lot of goofy faces on those Grots though. I'm not personally to my taste, those ones. Hopefully we find the ones I'm looking for. It's not the Iron Rate ones. Look, so now see we're getting into different ranges now. So we've got squats and things now. So yeah, anyone who misses the squats, head over to Kromlech. They do squats. How cool is that? Yeah, they do a squad somewhere on here of some very cool looking Grots that I wanted to get to mix in with my existing Grots to add some more variety. It's not these ones, but let's take a look at these. The Soviet Goblin Squad. There's the boss, basically acts as your runt herd. All got the red star, you know. Yeah, cool. For anyone doing Rebel Grots, there's some good options here. What we got in the miniatures section? Let's take a look here. There's that is a clanking destroyer on its own. Let's take a look at that. Trouble is now they're all mixed in with other factions, so we've got all sort of chaos and Nurgle stuff in here. But yeah, as you can see though, the miniatures they produce are astounding. Gives you loads of choice, loads of options. You can buy the bits, you can customize your existing stuff more, you can buy the different squads, alternatives to Games Workshop stuff. But let's take a look now at the Tabletop Scenics terrain. So we will take a look here. So we've got the Orkenberg Junk City. That's what we want to take a look at. And I've got some of this stuff, and it is bloody good. So we've got different wall lines, nice and cheap. Look, €8, €10. These bits are cheap, and they all go together in different ways. So you can build a big orc fortress, a big barricade wall. You've got corner sections, straight sections with ladders, and you've got gates somewhere. Here you go, Orc Stronghold Gate. The Daka Bunker, I've got me one of them. That's a cool bit of terrain. Orc Watchtower, I own this one. That's a lovely bit of kit. The Iron Tooth Bastion's really cool as well. What else do I have? I have the Orc Quarters, this one. It's a really cool bit of terrain. There you see it's all formed. So these are all HDF. Great fun to build. If you're not used to them, they're a little bit complicated. They're different. They go together in a kind of a different way to plastic kits. So if you've never done them before, it's a bit of a learning curve. But you stick with it. It's kind of more like making like a puzzle kind of thing. It's a different experience building these than it is to building like a plastic or resin miniature. The Orc Barracks I've got, and they're just lovely. That is a lovely terrain piece. I need to get mine painted up. I really do. But it's I'd highly recommend that. Really cool piece of terrain. You've got the Orc Smack Bar. It has Norburgers. And you can buy them in sets together. Krumpenhof, Orc Fort, Orc Outpost, Skargrug Heavy Wall, Skargrug Line. And then do little bits like this, like Orc Signs, just a sheet of all different Orc signs. So you get random bits of plating and stuff. It's good just to add to bits, and sets here, like one thing I want to draw your attention to as well, the mech shop, which in my opinion is far better than GW's mech shop, because it's actually like not just like a little part of a building, it's like the whole building, and you can see the truck drive in here and get refueled and fixed up. It's cool, very cool indeed. And the other bit, I have one of these as well, the Orc Troop Transmitter, the big warp gate. I haven't been brave enough to build mine yet because I'm thinking it's going to be a tough old project. But let's take a look at that. Look, it even comes with like the green plastic of the warp gate itself. So yeah, it's a lovely, lovely bit of terrain. Look, and you see them all coming through, emerging through the warp. Really cool. I've got to get my stuff built, the raining bits built up and painted so I can use this stuff in my battle reports and things, because it's some really, really cool terrain. Loads of different towers: Deadard, Daka Tower, Sentry Post, Boss Skull Tower, Skull Trophy Rack, Mech Boss Site Totem, the Orc Freak Tower, which is all wobbly and looking like it's about to fall apart, Daka Platform, which I have as well, Siley Myrus, Demolishing Gob, this little fella hanging off a wrecking ball, awesome. Yeah, there is some good butts. And then we get back to the rest of the October stuff. But there you go, guys. As you can see, there is a lot of stuff available from Kromlech, and it's just incredible stuff indeed. I think Kromlech are just superb, absolutely superb in the stuff they produce. It just gives you more variety, more choice. My experiences with Kromlech, buying through them, have been nothing but a pleasure every time. They got great customer service. They're highly detailed miniatures. They're good quality. If you have any issues, they're very quick to fix those. Not that I have had any issues with them. Kromlech deserve your hard-earned teeth. They really do. They're real champions of the Orc community. Just look at what they do every October to see that. They listen to the community. They give us what we want. They give us great options and alternatives to Games Workshop, and they should be applauded for that. And as you can see, just from that brief sort of scan over their range, they create some great stuff. And I'm sure something in this video has caught your eye and caught your interest. Well, get on over to Bits of War website, have a good look at their stuff, and if you make any purchases from this video, if I've brought your attention to him, and just let them know that good old Mr. 6+ sent you over. That would be good for them to just know that I'm banging that drum for them. But anyway, guys, that's it for this range review. We've covered GW, we've covered Forge World, we've covered probably the big name in third party orcs. Next time we're going to be going to another sort of a big name in recent years, who is getting bigger all the time, and that is Geargut's Mech Shop. We're going to take a look at that range. And geez, if I had to skim over this range and not cover everything because it was overwhelming, imagine how I'm going to feel on that website, because well, you'll see when I make the video. I'm going to have to pick and choose there, I think, or else it's going to be about a 10-hour video. But anyway, guys, share your thoughts below. Have you bought any of the Kromlech stuff? Have you bought any of the tabletop scenery? Any of their versions of orcs and things? What do you think of Kromlech heads? Do you prefer them to GW heads? Do you like them? Are you like me? Do you not really go for that look? And what has been your experiences with Kromlech and stuff? Let me know in the comments section below. And hit the like button, hit the bell, subscribe, all that. And this is 6+ Stevo, signing out.